Well, hello everybody. I want to first off just say welcome to the call. Our Indian team, and I know we have some others with us. I want to wish each and every one of you a very, very happy New Year. What an exciting time it is for us all to be able to come together right at the beginning of the new year and to talk about this wonderful business and what's going on today. Our focus is obviously, as we had discussed, it's on the compensation pay plan. And we're going to focus specifically on our team there in India. But I know others that are on, just bear in mind that you may hear some focused attention on India, but you certainly, the compensation plan is the same. But I want to thank Andreas Papakostas, my business partner, who I will be introducing momentarily. But I'd just like to share a few comments with you all. Again, it is the new year. It's the time of year when people make resolutions. And typically about the middle of the month of January, that resolution did not happen, and they give up and they go back to their old pattern of life. And what a resolution is, it's to resolve, it's to make a defined purpose, it's to commit in your heart to do something, to accomplish something. And I was speaking with a gentleman the other day, and he was telling me all the reasons why he couldn't be successful. And I like to move people from what I call doubt and unbelief to a point of faith as quickly as I can. I like to get their mind to shift over to what they can do, not what they can't do. And what I said to this gentleman was, when I started in this business, I had already achieved levels of success in life and in engineering as an engineering professional, and had achieved high levels of success. But I learned very quickly that success in one area of life does not necessarily directly equate in success in another area of life. And especially in a business like this, if you've never been an entrepreneur, if you've never been in business before. So I said to this guy, do you have a game plan? What's your roadmap? How are you going to get to where you want to get? He didn't have one. And I said to him, look, I thought, here's what I did. Here's what I did. I realized that when I got started with this, that number one, I had to humble myself. The Bible tells us to humble ourselves and that the Lord will lift us up. I had to humble myself, and because I realized that I didn't exactly know how to build this business. So I went to Andreas and I said to him, help me, show me what to do, and I'll begin to apply it. Because it was not my former success was not definitely translating directly to this business. So I did that, and Andreas and I laid out a roadmap, and I began to apply what he taught me. So here's the key. I became a student of this business. Just like I'm an engineering student, I was an engineering student, hard to believe, maybe 30 years ago. I didn't just go into that class and listen to the professors and then just leave and walk away. Nope. I got a notebook. I had lots of notebooks, and I wrote page upon page of notes when those professors were speaking. And I became a student of engineering. I highlighted those notes. I reviewed those notes. I recorded the actual lectures, and so that's how I became expert at that field. At that time, I was just become a student working toward becoming expert. But my point was that I needed to provide focused attention in order to achieve my goals. So, and the last thing I'll talk about is that, this really is it's a business, it's a health and nutrition business and wellness business, but it's really disguised as actually a personal development course. What's going to happen here is you're going to develop as a person, and you can only achieve the level of success that you personally develop. So we find that in helping people that you must have a non-negotiable priority. I like to use as a strong term, non-negotiable priority, to develop yourself personally. Whether that's your morning devotions, reading of the Bible, praying, whatever it is for you, meditation, reading a self-help book, things that feed your mind good things. So that's today. I want to start off with what we're doing here as Andreas comes in now and gives the detailed presentation on the pay plan. These are some things that we're going to be working on in the new year, and I want you all to resolve, which again is that It's to make a resolution, resolve to accomplish what it is you want. What is your vision for the future? What is it that you really want? What is something that's so compelling that it'll pull you forward towards your goal? Think about those things, and I want you all to get your notebooks out and start the new year off right. As Andreas, I'm going to turn it over to him, and I'd like to say thank you, Andreas, for taking time out of your busy schedule. We're really excited to have you again share with us and to teach us and to get into some of the nuts and bolts of the compensation plan here with NHT Global. I'll turn it over to you, Andreas.
Awesome. Hey, Rick, thank you. It's a great way to start the new year. I just wanted to welcome everyone and Happy New Year. Rick, a great start to the presentation here. So it's very important, again, that for those people that are looking to really succeed in this business, you've got to take a look at what, not just what you're reading, but what you're studying. What are you studying, right? And so I love it. Awesome. Thank you for putting this together. I know there's a lot of people on this call. We're actually recording this as well, so this will be available 24/7. That maybe are not from India. Perhaps they're in a team with those that are from India. But as you mentioned, the compensation plan is seamless, meaning the 4 ways that you get paid are exactly, it doesn't change. It's the same. Now, some of the nuances in regards to where you are from, that's what I want to focus on also today as well, because some of you here may know somebody who is from India or may have somebody in India at what point in their organization. So it's great to get some of those detailed information when you're talking about pioneering a new market. So we're going to cover that. So once again, Happy New Year. I'm excited to start off the new year with helping people see the vision of what we're doing here. And the compensation plan is one of those things where some people, once they see it, okay, they see where the money is coming from, it's very easy to paint a picture in regards to where they're going to go. And so I'm excited to share the compensation plan with each and every one of you. If you have paper and pen, grab it, write down some notes. I opened up the question box. I won't be answering any questions while I'm presenting, but I will answer questions as soon as I'm done with the compensation plan. But also, I'm hoping everybody is going to stay to this webinar till we are done, because we got a very, very special guest that is joining us here on this webinar that is part of everyone's upline leadership, and that is our top leader in NHT Global, Garth Wright. So he's going to be jumping on this webinar to share, again, his wisdom and start the year right for each and every one of you. He's such a phenomenal individual. You're going to love him. So stay all the way through this webinar so you can also hear from the great Garth out from Czech Republic. So let's get started here, folks. And, I want to start off before we go into the 4 ways of getting paid, is understand that in NHT Global, we have 3 levels of distributorship. Okay. Now, you don't hear us really talk about the bronze or silver level, and you'll understand why. Now, when we talk about building a business anywhere, we're doing business in 40 plus countries officially. Okay. Now, you may hear us talk about shipping products in over 50 countries. Some of the countries that we're building, and this includes India, is what we call a pioneer market. And what a pioneer market is that when the company NHT Global is not officially in those countries, we go through a pioneer stage. And what does a pioneer stage mean? That means we know our topical products will clear, okay? And that's why usually you'll see 2 products that we will do business in a country that we're not officially in, but we know clears customs in order for those distributors to distribute those products in their local markets. Anything that's topical isn't really a problem when you're dealing with countries, okay? Now, because we use a specific third-party shipper that has ties to India, they actually can clear products in India through customs regardless if the company is official there or not. And that is why in India, we actually bring in other products currently right now in the Pioneer, but that's pretty much the exception. So when you hear Pioneer markets, we're talking about two products, Allura and also our Skindulgence 30-minute non-surgical facelift system. So if we're not officially in a market and we are in a Pioneer market, no, those are the only two products we can promote and build with, okay? But the exception of India right now, we can clear those other products as well, okay? So now let's go back to the distributorship levels. We have the bronze level, the silver level, and the gold level. Now, the bronze level, if you become a bronze, okay, basically offers you a 3% below the wholesale price, okay? The silver level is 11% below the wholesale price, and the gold level is a 34% below the wholesale price. Now, this is why you'll hear us talk about the gold level. For people that love to retail products, because we have lots of people who are generating a significant amount of income just retailing products, you want to be at the gold level because the difference between the retail price and the gold level price gives you the highest profit margins. And that is why you don't see and hear a lot about the silver level or the bronze level. Those are really for those that maybe they're not sure if they want to build a business. They may be interested in trying some products, and they maybe want to try the products before they build the business. That's okay. You can come in and get your products a little bit cheaper than becoming a retail customer. But then again, as we go into our payout structure, when we're talking about the cycle bonus, it's important to understand that that bonus pays out at the highest when you are a gold level distributor. So how do you get started as a bronze level distributor? Now, technically, I'm going to reference the United States. It's $50 to get started as a distributor plus 90 BVs of products. That could be 4 products, 3 products, right? Equate to a 90 BV of products with your initial order. You are now considered a bronze level. A silver level is $50 to become a distributor plus 250 business volume of products initially. Okay, you have to do this when you initially enroll into the system. A gold level is $50 plus 1,000 BVs of products. Again, you pick the products that you want, right? And that's with your initial order. However, at the gold level, we have several packages I want to cover with you where you can become a gold level distributor with only 500 BVs, okay? And then we'll talk a little bit about the platinum package as well. So when you're talking about Pioneer markets, the compensation plan and the levels is the same, no different, whether you're in the established market that we're currently doing business in. Now, again, the gold level, 34% below the wholesale price, gold packages, okay? So a gold package is 500 BVs instead of 1,000, but NHT Global will give you the gold level status. Right now, for India, the gold level packages that are being offered are 4 different ones, okay? You'll get the Skindulgence Gold package, which you'll see right here, the Allura Skindulgence package right here, the North America Gold package, which includes these products, and then also the personal wellness. So these fees actually include the $50 distributor fee. Now, this is, again, your initial investment in getting started as an NHT Global distributor with one of these gold packages. Now, if I was to be in a Pioneer market that is not in India, let's say somewhere like Dubai or somewhere like Norway, right? So these are the only 2, hold on, let me see if I can get a pointer here. There we go. These would be the only 2 packages that would be available in pioneer markets. Why? It's Allura and Skindulgence. However, again, exception with India for right now, we are also able to clear and use these two gold packages as well. Okay, so now you may hear what we call platinum packages. Okay, now when we're officially in some of these markets, the platinum package is basically a 1,250 business volume package. Okay, it gets you the gold level distributorship. There's no platinum level distributorship, but we have platinum packages to get people started. Why? Number one, a lot more products at hand, which makes it easier for people to go out there, retail, share, promote to family, friends. If they want to do an event at their home, they're set up to do that. It also eliminates the annual renewal fee, which is $50 to renew your back office. Those who come in as a platinum package basically eliminates that. And if you duplicate platinum packages, you will see how very simple it is to cycle, which we're going to be covering that on the compensation plan, to cycle. But I wanted to give you just a little bit of just some information on the levels of distributorship, because it sets us up to really appreciate the 4 ways of getting paid in our compensation plan. Okay, so we talked about the gold packages. Let's end that. So now we talked about the annual renewal fee. When you come in as a gold level distributor with a gold level package, there's a $50 annual renewal fee to renew your back office. If you are you come in with a platinum, and obviously right now in India, you can only come in with the gold level package. You will have a $50 annual renewal fee. Okay, and in your back office, it'll tell you when your annual renewal fee needs to be renewed. Now, let's go into the 4 ways of getting paid. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you're building this around the world. These 4 ways are the same. They're seamless. Doesn't matter where you build. Okay, we're going to talk about the retail component of it. We're going to talk about the 3 levels of generation bonus, the cycle bonus, which basically pays you on volume, and then we're going to talk about the matching bonus on the 3 generations of distributorship. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, perfect. So retail commissions. Now, there's 2 ways that you can earn retail. You can earn it online and you can earn it offline, right? And that's why, again, there's nothing better than to get the products into the people's hand in the local markets to have people start experiencing success, okay? You can share them. You can retail them. You know, I don't encourage people to give free products to people, because when they're not invested in a product, sometimes there is an expectation of getting products always free from you. You don't want to start that. You paid for it. They want to get the benefits. They want to pay for that as well. So again, offline, local markets in India have to order through you. Why? Because they can't order products online yet until we become official, which we're looking at opening up the Indian market as officially the first quarter of 2017. So until then, all the people in India, if they're going to purchase any of the NHT Global products, they have to buy them through you offline. This is why those of you that are in our organization right now from India are sitting in a very pristine position to start sharing the NHT Global business model with so many people that have never heard about it. For now, they will, and you want to make sure that when they hear about products like Stem Renew, Skindulgence, or Allure, that they actually think about you, because again, nobody knows about NHT Global. So with local markets, they can't order it from anybody except through you offline. Now, even though you personally do not have online orders in India, you can still build your business through online retail in countries that we are official. If you want to, people in Germany, Greece, Italy, Czech Republic, Romania, Spain, United States, Canada, okay, Russia, Wherever we are currently doing business and that has an online capability, you can still drive traffic, right, into your online store in those markets and get paid retail commissions. So again, even though it's not available in those markets, you can do that through the markets that we're officially in and generate online retail commissions. Let's talk about our 3 levels of generation bonus. This gets paid out on a weekly basis. Okay, and this is basically on the volume of 3 generations of distributors. Now, it doesn't matter where your people in your 2-team system are positioned. That has nothing to do with their position in your 2-team system, whether they're on your 4th level, 100th level, your 1st level. Positioning in your 2-team organization does not play a role in this generation bonus, okay? So basically, this is how it works. When you sponsor or enroll, sometimes you'll hear you're the enroller, which means you are the sponsor. So we'll use the word sponsor for that. If you personally sponsor people that want to become distributors just like you and retail products and build their 2-team organization, okay, anybody that you personally sponsor, you're going to earn a 10% commission on the volume of products, the BVs of products, and their initial order and their reorders, but to also include online customers, right? So if I enroll someone like Rick, and Rick comes in with a platinum package, that's 1,250 BV, I sponsored Rick. Doesn't matter where I put him in my organization. I sponsor him. I'm getting 10%, which is $125 to me. Okay. If Rick also goes out there and has customers that equate to 500 BVs in a given week, I get paid a 10% commission on that week after week. Okay. Month after month. So I can enroll 10 people, 20 people, 100 people. There's no limits to how many personal sponsors you can have in NHT. Well, anybody that you've personally sponsored, when they generate a product order personally or through an online customer, that is a 10% commission to you. Okay? Now, your second generation of distributorship, you get paid a 5% commission after the initial order. So let me give you an example. If I enroll Rick, okay, Rick goes out there and enrolls Jonathan. Doesn't matter where Jonathan is in the organization. Rick enrolls Jonathan, sponsors Jonathan, right? That's Rick's first generation. That's my second generation of distributor. Now, when Jonathan comes in with a gold package of 500 BVs, Rick will get a 10% commission on that, which is what? 10% of 500 BVs is $50. Now, my second generation, I get 5%, but not on the initial enrollment. So I don't get paid on that volume. But when Jonathan goes out there and either reorders a gold package or orders some products that are 200 BVs, and he goes out there and he's got another 1,000 BVs in online orders, right? That's 1,200 BVs. Rick is going to get 10%, right? And I'm going to get 5%. So basically we're looking at $60 for me. Now again, I may have 10, 20, 30, 100, 500 distributors that are considered my second generation of sponsorship. And again, you take that one more level. When Jonathan goes out there and sponsors his distributors, I will get a 3% commission after the initial order, any reorders to also include customer orders online. Now, the best thing about this also is that your back office tracks all of this stuff. Okay, so it'll tell you how much volume is on your right leg, if it's your second generation or your third generation. When you also earn commissions, there's a commission history in your back office that lays out all of the 4 ways and what are you getting paid in those. So it breaks it down for you. It's all done for you. That's the best thing about it. But this is the people helping people approach. So, you know, if for some reason Jonathan needs help and support and I'm going to help Jonathan build his business, well, he's my second generation of sponsorship. Why would I want to help, you know, Jonathan enroll his people, which make them my third generation of sponsorship? So that's how the 3 levels of generation bonus works, paid on volume. Let's talk about the most exciting part of the compensation plan. And I get very passionate about this because this is truly the geometric progression of what happens with, again, just people in your organization sharing the products, sharing the opportunity, and focusing on building, again, a business. It's really our cycle bonus, which is paid on volume. This is not structure, where a lot of companies out there, usually you'll hear them the uni-level plans or the Trimax pay plan, which has limited of 7 levels or 5 levels or 10 levels, and is really paid on structure, meaning you have to have a certain amount of people who have a certain amount of people sponsored, and you have to do it by the end of the month in order for you to get paid on the volume that's in your organization. And then you start at 0 all over again at the beginning of the month. Well, here we don't get paid on structure. We get paid on volume. Okay, so you must qualify your position in order for you to start receiving cycle bonus commissions and sponsoring 2 gold distributors. So I'm going to use this pointer here just to give you, again, just to see the visual. So here I am. I joined NHT Global and I want to build a business. Now, in order for me to start earning cycle commissions, I have to qualify. A qualify means that I personally sponsor, okay, Rick at 500 BVs. That's a gold package, right? On my left side, so this is my left team, and then I have to personally sponsor somebody, and I'll call this person Sue, okay? Came in with a platinum package, 1,250 BVs, okay? And now this is I started my right team, okay? So if I drew a line right down the middle, this is all my left team. Anything that goes on in here is my right team. Okay, so when I've personally sponsored one on my left and I personally sponsored one on my right, I am now a qualified distributor. So what does that mean in regards to a cycle commission? So let's go ahead and go on to a blank screen so I can show this to you. Let's go on to there we go. Okay, so let's use that example. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit more realistic. Okay, I'm going to draw a line right down the middle. This is my left team, and this is my right team. Okay, so let's just say this is me, Andreas. Okay, I personally sponsored somebody on my left team, and I'll call this person John. Okay, that's my first generation. I've enrolled this person, okay? Let's say here I'm working on qualifying my position and I want to enroll somebody on my right. But the person above me, right, sponsored somebody in this position. And this person's name is Sue, okay? Sue came in with 1,250 BV. All right. Now, what generation of sponsorship is Sue to me? 0. Okay. That is not, I don't get paid a 10% because it's not my first generation. I don't get paid 5% because it's not my second generation. I don't get paid 3%. It's not my third generation. But she is in my organization that came from somebody above me, right? But guess what? I can use this volume for my cycle. Okay? So now, Sue has 2 positions, right? Now, I go ahead and I enroll Rick, okay, with the platinum package. Even though Rick is positioned on my 2nd level, Rick is still my 1st generation of distributor because I've personally sponsored Rick, okay? So now I'm qualified. I personally sponsor someone on my left team, and now with Rick, I personally sponsor someone on my right team. I am now qualified to earn cycle commissions. Now, how do cycle commissions pay out? When one of my teams accumulate 1,250 business volume and my other team accumulates 2,500 business volume, that's considered a cycle. And a cycle pays out $250 in commission if you are a gold level distributor. $125 if you are a silver level distributor. So this is why we focus on helping people get started as a gold, because you're getting paid $250 when you cycle. Now, why is a platinum package important? Think about this. If John came in with 1,250 BV, I already have the requirements for a cycle on one of the legs. Now, if Rick came in with 1,250 and Sue came in with 1,250, even though that was brought on from somebody above me, that's actually 2,500 BVs. With this structure right here, that pays me $250 because I cycled, right? Plus, I'm going to get 10% of 1,250 because that's my first generation of enrollment. I'm going to get 10% here. That's another $125, right? And I get to use all of this volume in my cycle component of getting paid. I want you to think about that. With just these people here, as I help John build his 2 teams, I help Sue build her 2 teams, I help Rick build his 2 teams, Sue brings somebody over here, builds these 2 teams. As you can see, 40, 50, 100 people start filling up your 2-team organization, and all that volume in there counts for you to earn a cycle. It doesn't matter which generation or non-generation. If they're in your 2-team organization, all that volume will get counted towards you earning a cycle commission. Now, here's what gets even more exciting. If you had 1,250 BV here, right, and let's just say Rick didn't come in with a platinum, came in with the gold, right? Okay, so now there's only 2,000 BVs here. I don't cycle, but guess what? This volume will be here for me next week. It'll be here for me next month. If nothing ever happens here, this doesn't go away. With other compensation plans, it actually, by the end of the month, come December 31st, if you don't get this to 2,500 to earn a $250 commission check, what happens? They go away. You start at 0 all over again January 1st. So that is why, think about this as a bank account that continues to grow. Money gets deposited into your bank account, and you can cash out once you, again, are in balance. Now, with these 2 people, right, you can cycle 2 times a week. That's $500 a week, right? And there's people that are cycling multiple times a day. There are people that are cycling on the hour, every hour. They're cycling more when they are sleeping, when they are awake, because they may have a team that's growing outside of their country. And that's the power of what? Leveraged income. Getting paid off the efforts of people building their NHD Global business. And because they are in your organization, you benefit from that as well. And that's what leveraged income is all about. Most of us is used to what? Put in 40 hours, pay me 40 hours. Put in 20 hours, pay me 20 hours. That is what's called linear income. So this is very, very exciting. And again, this is how the 2-team cycle bonus pays out. Now, let's talk about the fourth way, and that is the matching bonus on the 3 generations of distributorship. So if I enrolled Rick and it's my first generation and I helped Rick earn a cycle check of $250, NHT Global will give me a 10% match, which means I will get $25. Now, if I had $1,000 that were earned by all of the people that I've personally sponsored in a given week, all my people have earned, $1,000 worth of cycle commissions. That is $100 to me, right? Now, I get paid 5% on any of the distributors that are my second generations of distributors. When they earn a cycle commission, whatever that amount is on the cycle, I'm going to generate a 5% match, right? So your third generation of sponsorship, if they earn a cycle, I'm going to get paid a 3% match on that. And these are people that you won't know that are coming from your second generation of distributors that go out there, they earn a cycle check, they're building a business, they're doing very well. You're going to get paid a percentage because they happen to be in your organization that came from your second generation of distributors that came from the people that you've personally sponsored. Okay? So again, when you add this to the cycle, when you add this to the 3 generation of bonus, including the retail component, it is why lots of people are able to generate income very quickly with us without enrolling and sponsoring 1,000 people within their first 30 months in order for them to climb in ranks and increase the amount of money. And we're going to cover our rank program as well here, but I want you to see the potential of how much you could be making by helping your distributors. Again, whether they're your 3 generations or not, you want to help your distributors build their 2-team system. Why? Because it's in your organization and that volume counts for you to cycle. That is why with us, it doesn't matter who's in our organization, whether they're in our 3 generations or not. It's just an added bonus of getting paid something up to your 3 generations. But the cycle commission all by itself is basically based on all the volume that's in your 2-team system, whether you brought them in there or not. So in India, how do you get paid? Okay, well, usually we have a Payoneer card. Here in North America, you get a commission check mailed to you on a weekly basis. When we are in countries that we are doing business in, we use a Payoneer card system. Basically, it's a credit card system that NHG Global will, again, deposit money on your Payoneer card. In India, the Payoneer card is not established. So what we'll do is when a distributor in India earns a $500 commission or more, accumulates up to 500 or more, NHG Global will wire money to your bank account. Now, we are currently looking at alternatives to get your commissions to you if they're like $100 or $200 or $250. We're looking for alternatives to, again, wire that money, even though it's not $500. Rick will pretty much, once we get the information from corporate, we'll make sure that the message gets out to people. But again, it's all there for you. Once we become official in the first quarter of 2017, again, we're either going to establish the Payoneer card in that country, or we'll have the bank wiring system in place for all the distributors where your commissions will be directly deposited into the bank account that you select. So that's how you would get paid in India. Now, let's talk about the recognition rank. Now, our recognition ranking program, it is not tied to the compensation plan. Okay, what do I mean by that? This is so important to appreciate our company even more. Why? Because our compensation, unlike other compensation plans in other pay plans, it's tied to their ranking is tied to their compensation plan, right? If you get to this title, we're going to pay you 3% more. If you don't get to this title, then you get paid 2% less, or what? Ours, it doesn't matter. You climb based on how much volume is circulating in your two-team organization on a consistent basis. And when that happens, NHT Global recognizes you at that title of rank and offers you some extra goodies when you hit those ranks. And we're talking about anywhere from a notebook, a tie, a jacket, a notepad, a ring, to even trips to Hawaii on a yearly basis. So again, our recognition rank is something that we all try to help our new distributors focus on, and it starts at the rank of associate. Now, when you see these BVs here, okay, let me share with you what that means. So at the associate ranking position, when one of your teams in your one leg or team, say your left teams, or it doesn't matter if it's your right team or left team, if your left team accumulates 2,500 business volume and your other team accumulates 5,000 business volume total in a given month, okay, and you do that 2 months out of the quarter, and our recognition program follows quarters, meaning, so now everybody is in the first quarter of 2017. So January, February, and March. Out of those 3 months, you need to have these volume 2 months out of the 3 months till you get recognized as an associate. So let's say in the month of January, you have your left team accumulate 2,500 BVs and your right team accumulates 5,000 BVs, and you do it again in February, then you are considered now an associate in NHT Global. Okay, you'll get your global signature pin, and then what happens is, as you help people build their organization and help them become an associate, right? Then what you're saying is that you're really close to now becoming a leader. So when you have 4,000 BVs on one team and 8,000 BVs on another team, again, not in a week, but in a total given month, again, if you're cycling multiple times on a given month, the opportunity for you to hit these ranks are very, very good. So you do that the 2 months out of the 3 months in a quarter, you again now are considered as a leader, right? And a leader will get you, again, a bag, a signature pin, whatever this is. And we have this in our training system, so you can kind of put it up on your home office and help people, again, climb up these ranks. As you come up here at the ambassador title, you've reached the highest ranking title possible. We're talking about giving you not just VIP seatings at our regional and our international conventions. You basically are given the red carpet treatment, the rings and the vacations and the you name it, all paid for by the company. So again, our recognition is not tied to the compensation plan, but gives you, again, a nice opportunity for you to measure your temperature of your business by helping you and helping your distributors focus on becoming these ranks. Because when you focus on that, you're focused on the right activities, you're helping people earn income, you're helping people cycle, you'll help people cycle, you're helping people duplicate, you'll help people duplicate, then you start having this organization that starts to grow independent of you as well. And what does that mean? Leveraged income. And when you have leveraged income, what do you have? Time freedom and financial freedom, which gives you more choices to do the things that you want in your life. You're more happy. You can do more with the income that you're making. You can give more. You can become more. There's so many, again, things. And this is why, our motto is that we need more great people and good people to generate income, more income. So, and talk about an individual that gives. Before I introduce our special guest here, which I'm very excited to do, does anybody have any questions so far in regards to the compensation plan? Type in your questions there. There is a question box. There should be a question box there. If you have any questions on that, go ahead and type it. And if not, you can always get back to Ravi. You can get back to Rick. You can get back to myself, and we'd be happy to answer those. So I hope you found the 4 ways of generating income. You feel good about how you generate that income because, again, when you know where the money is coming from, you know which activities that you can be doing in order for you to generate that income. If we don't have any questions, I am going to then, I'm going to open up the mic here I'm going to unmute Garth. Garth, before I give you the proper introduction, I'm very excited about this. I just wanted to make sure that you can hear me, and I unmuted your microphone. If you could just say a quick hello here, and I know that you're on.
Hi, Andreas, I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you heard the person I'm going to introduce to you, folks, that is, understand that this individual is also part of your upline support structure, which includes, again, Rick. It includes myself. Here is somebody that I've had the pleasure to meet about a year ago here in the United States, who came here and did an event here for my team in the Chicagoland area. Garth Wright is a top NHT global leader who was the person who helped pioneer markets out in Eastern Europe as well as Asia, is the reason why we are experiencing the success that we're experiencing right now here in NHT Global 15 years later. He is highly respected around the world. He is a mentor to many, many people within NHT Global, outside of NHT Global. Garth has a tremendous heart. He devotes lots of time to children ministries around the world. He's traveled all over the world. I think he's traveled, more countries than I guess our even founding distributors here in NHT Global. He's written a very well-known book, How to Find the Giants in Network Marketing, and he truly is just an amazing individual with what he has done in his NHT Global business, but truly what he gives to people that are looking to bettering themselves. So Garth, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for taking the time to be here with, again, Ravi's organization that we're starting in India. We're very excited about that, and there's other people on the call that are part of Rick's organization, Ravi's organization, that are here taking notes, that are anxious to also meet you and hear from you for the very first time. So it's an honor to have you here, Garth. Thank you again. I'm turning the call over to you.
Okay, big thanks to Andreas. He's always been nonstop enthusiasm and a total professional in our business, and it's really a joy to have somebody like that to work with. And I'm also so happy to work with Rick and begin to travel the world for him and for his team. A few days ago, I spoke to Rick, and he talked to me on and on about a guy named Ravi. And I thought, wow, I can't wait to talk to this guy. I can't wait to meet this guy. I can't wait to pray with this guy, preach with this guy. And then I got to make that call with Ravi, and wow, what a big vision that this man has, and what a big love that he has for the Lord, and the joy of the Holy Spirit, which is so obvious in his life. And so I was so thankful when he told me that if I would come to India, I'd have the opportunity not only to help a lot of people with our business, and also have the opportunity to speak in some churches and groups about the miraculous things the Lord has done in my life, and I will do that with joy. So Andreas and Rick asked me if I would quickly share with you my life story. So I'm going to try to race through that, and I want you to know that it's possible to see all this information with pictures by going to my website, businesshomepro.com. And I have a video there where I also share with you the story. I grew up in America, starting in California, in a very poor family. My mother was a cocktail waitress, and she worked at bars and casinos. She had 4 kids, but she was also an alcoholic and a chain smoker, so we had no money. We had absolutely no financial security, and basically we just worried every day how we were going to make ends meet, how we were going to survive. I mean, I would wake up in the morning and wonder, is this the day we're going to move to yet another house? Will there be yet another man that my mother's in a relationship with? And how am I going to survive this? So when you grow up in that kind of upbringing, you got a burning desire to get out. And when I was 18 years old, I went with the United States Army, and I served for 3 years in the United States. And I made the mistake, like a lot of the guys, in drinking. And then I became an alcoholic. And eventually I got addicted to drugs. And my life was really just going nowhere. And it was at that point that I had a really, truly amazing experience. It was a life-changing time for me. When I saw an advertisement on a Christmas Eve that there was free cookies and a movie at a military chapel on the military base around the station. And I went to that thing just thinking I'm going to get some food and something to drink, and I'm going to get out of there before the religious people have it, say a bunch of strange things and try to suck me into this deal, which I didn't believe in because I was an atheist. But it was there that I saw a film of the life of Christ, and I decided to give my life to him and became my Savior. And when I walked out of that chapel, I prayed. I said, God, please, if you're really real, would you deliver me from my alcoholism and my drug addiction? Because I'm not going to make it. And when I woke up the next morning, I put down the bottle and I put down the drugs for the rest of my life. And it was a miracle. And I just was a changed man. And then I thought, now maybe I can really do something with my life when I get out of the Army. And I remember my mother telling me that if I would just go to college, then I could make it, because people who go to college, there's no poverty, and they have financial freedom, and they have success. So I went to college, and I got a degree, and then I went to another college and got another degree. So I had a degree in business and advertising, and eventually I got a degree in cross-cultural communications at a wonderful Christian college. But when I finished my education, I was really unemployable because I was overqualified. If you can imagine, I had no experience, but I was overqualified by my education, and what my mother told me just it wasn't coming true, and I needed a job. So the only job I could find was driving a snack truck, and I would drive around from little convenience store from one to another, and I would put snacks and chips and candy on stands in these stores, and I really felt like a loser. Like, man, I had just in the bottom, and I haven't achieved anything, and I'm never going to, and what's going on? I've got to get out of this. And one of the things about being at the bottom is it really breaks you up for an opportunity, breaks you open for an opportunity, and because you're desperate. And I was looking at the paper in the employment section, and I saw an ad where a guy said that he made more money in the past month than I could make in a year, and that there was no experience necessary when I come in for an interview. Now, this was back in 1991. It was with my first company, in network marketing. I've been with 2 hours at HT Mobile in this company. And I went in and talked to the guy. This was in Newport Beach, California, a beautiful place. And the guy was obviously very rich, very successful. He was Mr. Fitness, with the dark tan, big muscles. And I thought, what is this guy into? And he asked me what my dreams were, and I shared with him. And I had big dreams and goals. I wanted to live in a beautiful home by the sea. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to drive fantastic cars. I wanted to get everything that people dream about. Actually, I think for a Christian, I was kind of over the top on thinking that God wants me to be rich. I don't know if that was really ever his plan for me, but, you know, here's how things have worked out. And he asked me, this guy asked me in 1991, how much money do you have? And I said, I get $26. He said, no, I don't mean how much do you have in your pocket, I mean how much do you have? And I said, that's all I got to my name. And he told me, you know, you're not poor, you're just broke. Poor can be a lifetime condition, but broke, that's temporary. We can fix that. And I don't know if anyone on this call are in that situation. I hope not, but if you happen to be, here's an amazing opportunity. But anyway, he said, give me the $20 and you take the other 6 and put it in the gas tank of your car and do just what I say and drive around and tell everybody about this opportunity and bring it back to me. He gave me one little product from that company, electronic products. And he said, just tell everyone to bring it back to me. And I'll tell them how I made so much money. And I did that. And, you know, I didn't know anything about network marketing, which is what it was. I didn't have any training. But you know what? If you started in India and the only thing you did was run out the door with a couple of products and big faith and your laptop and an internet connection, you could be tremendously successful in this business. And I was in that business. And within a year, I moved into $1 million home above the sea in Malibu, California. And I was living in this house by the sea, but I wasn't really there because I was working so hard. I was gone about 3 weeks out of every month. And the reason that I had to work so hard, even though we talk about time and financial freedom in network marketing, is because this company had such a terrible marketing plan. Like Andreas was talking about the bad plans and about our plan. But it had such a terrible plan that I had to run constantly from city to city, up and down the West Coast and all the way over to South Carolina, trying to prop this thing up and keep it going so that I would get paid, because the requirements just for getting paid every month were so high, and I was exhausted, and I couldn't maintain relationships. And I was rarely at my church on Sunday. I was always visiting somewhere in the country, and I just thought, man, this is a success. This is just money. And when I come to India, I'll tell you a story of a miraculous healing experience that I had right there. And when I heard God speak to me, and I believe God wanted me to sell everything I had, pack my bags, and move to Europe. And I know for those of you, maybe you don't believe in God or have faith that God speaks to you, that sounds pretty crazy. But remember, I'm a multiple college degree guy who has achieved a lot of things. I'm a leader in my church, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think I'm a fairly credible guy. And I'm telling you, I had this miraculous healing. I heard the Lord. I moved to Europe. And I was involved in church planning. I started home Bible studies. I was helping orphan kids. And but, you know, the money doesn't last forever. When you're giving and giving and giving and spending and spending and spending, it goes away. And some of you on this call have had a lot and lost it all. And you need to make it back. And so in 2004, something really fantastic happened. I was in Europe, and I needed to start making money again, and I received an email inviting me to take a look at NHT Global. And that's what I'm a part of now. And I flew to Dallas, and it was in 2004 in the summer. And I looked at this business, and I had no idea how the market worked, because it was so simple compared to the complex plan in the company that I was in, that I had a hard time figuring it out. I mean, where were all the other legs? How could there only be 2 legs? How could you get paid to infinity? How could I get somebody going in the business in I don't know, New York City and in London and in Korea or something and get paid the same as I got paid on somebody in my own hometown? That just seemed crazy. How could this work? But it's worked, and it's worked fantastically since the company started in 2001. And I've never marketed any products like they're showing me. I marketed electronic products. I didn't know anything about nutritional or skincare products at all. But they told me, you go back to Europe and you can be first. And you know, I know what it means to be first in this kind of business, because in my first company, I was one of the first on the whole West Coast. And so I thought, I'm going back to Europe, and I'm going to make this thing happen. And I just had 2 products, and I started my living room, and we didn't have a website in the languages, in the language country that I was, Slovenia. We didn't have an importer. We didn't have shipping. We didn't have a warehouse. We didn't have an office. We didn't have customer service to answer the calls. Nothing. But I just started with a big passion and a big dream, and I filled my living room with people. And pretty soon, it expanded and expanded within a matter of months. Literally, we were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in business and eventually millions. During that time, a couple of guys in the company, the top leaders in the business, above me, they're above all the distributors in the world, Dan Cowan and Joe Garcia, guys that I had actually known for years from my first company. They flew regularly to Europe and to help me with my business. My business expanded, and it went to Russia, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, South Korea, the United States, Mexico, Peru, Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, and more and more. And Dan and Joe have just traveled wherever my business has grown. They are ready to travel, and they will be happy to go to India, I promise you. So here we got this company that just started in 2001, NHT Global. But now, according to Fortune magazine, it's the #1 fastest growing publicly traded company in the world. That's Fortune magazine, #1 in the world. And the company's constantly expanding. And they're looking to open India in a big way. And again, this is the chance to be first. It's a position that I got in, and you will be first in India. And just to finish off my life story, while I've been involved in HT Global, I've continued to be involved in Christian ministry. I go to different countries like Belarus and Ukraine, Bosnia, Russia, to do ministry with orphan children, poor people. And it was on one of those trips in Ukraine that a lady from the Czech Republic, her name is Anna, happened to be part of the team that I was on. And I watched her on that ministry trip. I saw how amazing she was with the children, how they adored her. I saw how much she loved serving the Lord Jesus Christ. And I thought, this is someone I want to spend my life with. And a year later, we got married, and we started traveling the world. We went to gorgeous places all around the world. We were having a fantastic time. And then about 2 years ago, God did something really monumental when He gave us the chance to become foster parents to 3 little girls. And we went from this childless couple with a big income, traveling the world, having a great time, to becoming parents for 3 little kids. We didn't have any kids at home, but we became parents for 3 little kids. And you know what a life changer that is. You know what the great thing is? I've never had to be concerned, as it brought them into our lives, with having financial security and freedom, knowing that I could take care of them. And I know many of you listening, you've got kids, that you want to know that you have that financial security and freedom. You want to know that they'll always be cared for. You want to know that if something happened to you, the money would keep coming in and take care of them. And it would take care of you having a beautiful home. And that eventually, just like Otto knew and his boys, you will travel the world. And what an education they would get. And that's our plan. And we want to teach them about how to care about orphans and poor, and how people who can really, really benefit from spending time with us, that we can pray for them and bless them. And what a blessing it is to work from a home. And we have this wonderful business that I will be able to leave to my wife and boys. You see, with our business, talk about a great retirement plan. You can stop at any time, never go to another meeting, never do another training. But if you've got a great business, the money will just keep coming in. And when you die, you put it in your will, and it goes directly to the people in your will and can take care of them to your, in this case in our company, to your direct family members, and you can take care of them. As long as, I guess, people are enjoying the nutritional products and skincare products and lifestyle products, and I think that that's going to be for a long, long time. Isn't that wonderful, getting that kind of business? And all we need from you in India is see that you're excited and you're serious about launching one of the largest markets in the world. How can I explain what it means for you to be first? I'm going to share just this final vision for you. And think about this. 2 years from now, imagine that there's an NHT global event, could be in Mumbai, could be in Delhi, could be in Bangalore, wherever. And there are thousands of people there. Big event, fantastic. And some of the people on this call walk into the room, and pretty soon everybody in that room spins around and looks at you, and they whisper to each other, he was first, she was first. They were on the first webinars, and they recruited, and they filled those first ever meetings, the very first time that the leaders came from North America. They filled the room. And now they're on top of all of India and many more countries. Wow! I wish I had been there at the beginning. And that's you. You're at day one for India. This is the time that you make a massive effort and you set up your life and your family financially for generations. Don't miss this. I can't wait to meet you in India. I want to come soon. I want to come within months. And we'll set some goals. And I'll be ready to jump on the plane. Just please take action. Do not miss this opportunity. So God bless you. And Rick and Andreas and Ravi, thank you very much for letting me be on the call.
Awesome. Garth, fantastic. It was like a little mini book, and I'm like visualizing everything that you say, and that is just so perfect. And thank you for all you have done, and you continue to do for our organization, Garth. It is appreciated. It is just great to have leadership and just a person like you to add so much value and knowledge and experience that is just really helping us catapult to another level in our business. So I want to thank you personally for what you've done and what you continue to do for our organization, and we truly, truly appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, folks, again, you just heard one of the top most respected leaders here in NHT Global that is also part of your upline support structure. So if you're watching this webinar, you take a look at your line of support. This is it. You got them all. You got local there from Ravi. You've heard Rick at the introduction at the beginning of this webinar. You heard me explain. You just heard the great Garth. You know, when somebody's offering you an opportunity to come to your country to help you even take your team and business to a whole new level, wow, I mean, I get excited. I'm excited. So again, all the way up to our global ambassador distributors, Joe Garcia and Dan Caddo. This is your team of leaders that are ready to help you build your NHT business as big as you want, as fast as you want, all with our support. But something that Garth said that's very, very important. The compensation plan is really only as good as if you take action. And you are at the beginning phases of what I believe is going to be one of the biggest markets here for NHT Global in India. And remember, as you're building it in India, you also have an infrastructure to build it also elsewhere outside of India, and we are here to help you do just that. So I'm going to bring Rick back on as well. Rick, do you have any questions or anything you want to add to what we shared here? And to, again, what Garth added to our webinar here.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to both you, Andreas, your incredible leadership. It goes without saying that I wouldn't be where I'm at in this business without your help, and also the great Garth Wright. I'm really actually, I've spoken with Garth before, but really excited about ramping up and working with him. I believe his background, his experience, the connectivity between himself and Ravi's group is going to be an incredible connection. It's going to be far-reaching. I believe we're going to cast the net wide and deep in the country of India and catch many fish and help many, many people dramatically change their lives. So I'm thrilled and excited. Just want to say thank you to everyone, Ravi, your team, all those that have gotten on the call today. And with that, we'll just say thank you until the next meeting.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Rick, for putting this together. And again, this is recorded, so if you feel like this is of value to go out there and share with people that you're bringing on board, it's a great way to share with them how our compensation plan works, and also to kind of catch the vision as they're brand new and have them listen to Garth and his message, because gave me goosebumps just listening to him. So I know it's going to do that for the new people that are coming on board in our Indian market. So once again, thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. And we are here to help you build your dreams with our business model, again, as big as you want. So thank you for joining us here today, folks. And again, we'll hear you on our next webinar. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.